Morning, welcome back. A few days since the last one. Where are we? A bit after 6. So we got it in the corner. We've got 160 or 70 hectares, 170 hectares down here to do something like that. This is one of our main we do a lot of hay and sowing and that down at this corporate farm. So we got finished over the river. The powdery mildew, if you watch along on Instagram, you would have seen there's the sort of remnants of it there, and it's funny sort of stuff. I haven't come across it before. I've heard people talk of it, and it's just, you couldn't actually see it in the crop, but the machine was just white. We sort of brought it home yesterday and we were having trouble with it overheating or starting to get hot, so we brought it home yesterday and I spent an hour washing radiators out, and I haven't actually, as you can see, I haven't washed the front, but gave the tractor a good wash. It was just on everything you touched, and you were carting it in the cab with your boots, and yeah, it was sort of like almost like gypsum, but like it was like wet flour. You'd wipe the windows, because it was sticking to the windows. You'd wipe the windows and it'd almost smear like it had moisture in it. It was funny sort of stuff. Anyway, so as you can see, the baler's here as well. So the boys have got, there's a bit left here, what there would be 30 acres, 15 hectares, might be 20 at the most. So hopefully there might not be a lot of dew. It sort of was pretty warm yesterday, and it has, the cool changes come through, it has cooled down. So anyway, we'll get this hooked up. Other than that, we're going all right at the moment. Got the corn at home watered over the weekend. I'm going to start the water on the other block just to help get those little fellas through. So we'll get this hooked up. So basically, I think I haven't given you a rundown. So we've basically got a pin that we put in under here, and that keeps the front on. Then we've got the 3 hoses. They come round onto here, and a power one. We've got to put the wheel on. We've got to take that wheel off because it runs into where the wheels are on the trailer. So he lives there. We're having a bit of trouble with that one. He keeps wanting to come off in the crop. So I actually took the drone over. We'd lost it again. That's actually the wheel off the header front. We lost it again yesterday, or I lost it again. So I actually took the drone over and put the drone up and found it with the drone. So anyway, and then we've got a connector on this side again, a pin underneath. Just a quick multi-coupler there for the rear drive, and it's hooked up. So we'll get it hooked up and give it a quick grease and let it warm up, and we'll wander in here and see how we go. We haven't sort of rushed down here because the crop there are spots that are still pretty green. It's all been irrigated, this stuff. I just hope we don't find any leaking troughs or anything like that. Anyway, we'll know soon enough. Rolling. So I've just sort of opened the paddock up. I did a couple of runs here so I can walk the irrigator around it, and I've done the headlands while Brendan was turning up, and we've just got a bit of down messy stuff here, so it's a bit slow going, but you can just use the reel to get it up, and it's a pretty good rows there. The corners of the pivot are dry enough. It's not sort of shattering, but it wouldn't want to be left any longer. So I'm just going to take one of the kids to an appointment, Tony's floating around. He's just doing a few jobs. He's going to service the truck, and we're going to water that other lot of corn. So he's going to set that up for me, which I need to order water now while I'm thinking about it. So no, we're ticking along, not too bad at the moment. It's got cold. I've just gone for a jumper actually. It was it's sort of funny sort of a day from yesterday. It's a real change up. So so just down at the corn, I'll show you what I'm going to do in a minute, but this is post 2 or 3 days watering. 2 days it's still a bit tacky. We've got pretty good singulation. So we've effectively got a plant every 120 mil, something like that. So what we were trying to do is, I'll just have a dig here and see whether we've just had a few stuck under the crust. So I'm hoping
I dug a couple up before. I didn't have the camera with me though. There might not be one there. So when I was talking, if you watched the one when we were planting, and I was talking skips and like misses and doubles and that's effectively a skip. So there may not be a seed there at all, which it doesn't look like it is. So that the monitor shows all that, and then that's effectively a double where you've got two together. So yeah, it's just, we reckon seed size has caused a bit of that. So here's a late one that's come up. I'll show you if I can find where I was. No. I was just, oh, here we are. So yeah, so what we're trying to do is get these blokes up. So he's a bit behind, and then there was another one just here, I reckon. But anyway, so yeah, we're just trying to get the surface wet to get them to come through. So hopefully now they'll all come through. So yeah, anyway, it all looks all right. Look down the road, got good rows anyway. So as I said, we're just watering the other stuff now, but I've got the generator and the welder and that in the buggy here. And what I'm going to do is go over to the other block, and we need to weld on some brackets onto the stops to hang the timers on. So we can automate over there. So we've got them here, and all they are is they're slightly different because they're different stops, but they're just a bracket like that, bit of 25mm box section. Show you here. So yeah, just going to weld that on the back of the stop, and then we can hang the timers on it. I've got some chain. Actually, I haven't got the chain. I've got some D's. I need to get the chain on my way back past the shed. Some of the chains on the rubbers were buggered, so we'll replace a few chains while we're going. And yeah, it's just one of those jobs that we've been meaning to do and haven't had a chance to do it. So we'll slip over there now and get into it. This second block's a little bit the same. We've just got those few that are caught under the crust. These first two bays are the two we didn't water, so they're probably not as crusty, but yeah, they'll get a drink now, so job be right. What I'm doing here is, the generator's running. So yeah, these are a drop box type one that have got a pipe through the bank, and then yeah, we've got a fair bit of water in the channel, but we'll deal with that. So yeah, just going to stitch that up on there in the middle, and then we can hang the timers on them, and we can automate it, so we don't have to get up in the middle of the night. Even better. that bit of box section on the stop isn't all that thick in the wall, so anyway, that should work alright hopefully. Anyway, I've got to replace a few chains too that are a bit ratty. That's one down, 8 to go. All done, sort of. I'm actually one short. Thought there was 9 bays over here, but there's actually 10. I had 2 bays open. I got Tony to open 2 bays, but what I've actually done, because it's running, we had 8 megs running the other day, and they were running down really quickly, so I've actually just shut 1 bay off for the time being, and I'll move the water. Tony set the water monitor up in this bay, so I'll just move it over to the first bay. I just don't want them to water reasonably quickly, and you can see they're sort of not, because the water's not getting forced down them, it's not watering evenly, so we'll we'll just have to do these first couple by the monitor, and then once I know how long this first one takes, I can set the timers up on the rest of them. So I'll I've got them here. I'll drop them off on my way back, and then I'll duck down and shift the monitor, and then be time to go and hop back on the windrower then. Oh no, it wouldn't be windrowing without a bit of this stuff, so it's pretty well flat on the ground here in spots. So again, we just use the reel to try and stand it up where we can, try and get it down in it and get as much of it as we can. You do leave a little bit behind, but it's it's trying to not get it to block, which is a bit of a trick, but having sort of needing both hands to steer too. Anyway, but there's not a big patch of it here, but Brendan was having a battle with it. He did the right thing to leave it. But we'll get it. So there's only about half a dozen runs of it here, so he's done pretty well considering. It's just slow going and slows the job down a bit. So, and it's green. It's sort of green. It's gone down and it's green. So it hasn't. Probably it would feed better if it was a fraction drier, but anyway, it's not going too bad considering. You just again, you just use the reel to scoop it up and chop it off. So, but yeah, when it's in where it's flat, lying flat on the ground, it does take a bit of picking up. So Jay didn't end up coming out tonight, so it's just me and my lonesome. So that's all right though. I think I just talked to Sarah. She's going to bring me down some dinner because I expected to be back home for dinner. So anyway, we'll keep marching along here for a while. So there we go. Man and machine, we've nearly got it done, but I think we've blown a hose on this rotor shear again. We had trouble with it the other day. They haven't got crimped on fittings, they've just got the reusable ones. Get this off. Need 2 hands. Might get some gloves, I reckon, because gloves and some more light. I've actually blown the end off the hose altogether, so I'm going to pull this thing off. It's being a pain in the ass, and it's not doing what it should do. The other end's working much better, so I've got a joiner there. I'll undo the hoses there. I'll put the end back on there, and then I'll loop the hoses together to complete the circuit. And I've got the other divider there in the back of the ute. I'll chuck it on and be one less thing we've got to worry about then. Just had a dinner delivery. It's always better to the camera's on the side. Dinner delivery. Deconstructed lasagna. I'll have a feed and then get this hose sorted. So just loop that hose. It's jointed together so it completes the circuit, and then crop divider, it's just got a little clip to put back in, so it's pretty quick to pull it off and change it if you need to. So anyway, I think we'll be better without it because the other side's working alright without it.
yeah, in time, probably, I'd like to get a set of vertical knives and get away from these rotor shears. They're not quite set up 100% right for whatever reason. But anyway, we'll get going again. Alright, end of today, really, windrowing wise anyway. So we've got about 100 hectares out. I'm going to have to take the front off to get, we've got have to take the front off 4 times I think to do the next 70 hectares. Anyway, it is what it is. So yeah, we've got there's a little block up here. I tried to get in there but I can't, and we're sort of boxed in a bit here. So we've got 15 hectares. It's a bit drier than everything else, so I'm just going to drop the front off now. I'm about out of fuel too, so I'll have to bring some fuel down in the morning. Yeah, so this dryer block, I'll do it first up in the morning. The baler's here, so just see, I've actually got water going on the corn, so I'll just see. I'll go and check it now. The water monitor hasn't gone off, so it's about 10 to 11. Yeah, and if there's 2 hours or something silly before the water needs changing, I may even come back and do a bit of baling, because there's not a lot of point going to bed for an hour and then getting up again. So anyway, we'll get this front off and we'll go for a drive and see what's going on. So, alright, thanks again guys, we'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.